Okay. Hello, hello. Happy Monday. I believe that I'm live, so I'm gonna just dig right in. So, also just wanted to say right now I am going live to multiple platforms here, but starting next week, these Monday lives are only going to be live inside my Facebook group, the Build and Scale a Profitable Business community. So if you are not a member and you're not watching this in the Build and Scale community, make sure that you join. I will drop the link a little later in the comments, but it is Build and Scale a Profitable and Aligned Business. And actually, here, I'll just pop it up right there. So going forward, next Monday, these lives will only happen here. So make sure that you join that group. Okay, so moving on, talking about some fun stuff today. And I have a question for you first, before we really dig in. So my question for you, well, before I like to go, if you're watching the replay, give us a hashtag replay, say hello, let us know where you're joining from. You guys all know that if you've watched me before, I love to know where you are in the world right now. Today, I am in the Virgin Islands. But moving on to that question, have you ever felt like you're doing all of the things, like so much, you're so busy, your to-do list is just never freaking ending, but yet you're still not getting the result that you want? Like you're so busy, but yet you don't have the money, you don't have the clients, you don't have the success that you want. So this is maybe a little bit of a vulnerable question, but this is a safe space. So let me know, have you ever felt this way? Okay. And I'm gonna drop this in. Hello, hello. Okay, so I'm not sure where the comments are all coming from. Trinidad and Tobago, thank you, thank you. Okay, so the question was, and I will actually just pop this up on the screen for those that are just joining. Okay, my question for you, have you ever felt like you're doing all the things, yet your results are not reflecting it? And if so, I want a yes in the comments. If you want to go even deeper and tell me, a little bit more about these feelings, when they've come up, if you're currently feeling them, all of that good stuff. But have you ever felt like you're doing all the things and your results are not reflecting it? I know I have felt this way. So I'd love to hear from all of you, if you've ever felt this way, and what comes up for you when you think about that. Okay, so gonna keep going, but keep those answers coming. And the reason that I chose to talk about this today is because it's come up for myself, honestly, and it's come up more than once for me in my journey, but it comes up for my clients all the time, like over and over. And I mean, some of you that aren't even my clients, but you're coming up, you're in my audience, obviously. It's happening a lot too. It's something that I hear people talking about. It's just, my to-do list is never ending. There's so much. How do I get it all done? And I need a team. I need to hire somebody. I need somebody to do this for me. I need this. I need that. Because you just feel like you're never getting it done, right? Okay, so now what we're talking about today is how doing less will get you more. Woo-hoo, right? That sounds amazing, I hope, to all of you. It may even sound surreal, but this is totally possible. And the thing is it should not be the more you do, the less you make. But for some of you, that happens. For me, that's what happened. So I started to feel, when I first started off in my business, right? I started off gung-ho, super excited. I was doing the things. I was really intentional. And then as I, stepped more into like my business owner role, or so I thought, it's like, okay, all of these other people are doing all these other things. Well, this person is doing this and that's working for them. And this person is doing this. And I need this funnel and I need this email and I need this and I need this and I need this. And my list became like just never ending, overwhelming. I felt like I was constantly busy. My husband actually would frequently remind me, and he's definitely not a woo kind of person, but remind me, you keep saying like, oh, I just didn't get to this today, or my list is I didn't get everything finished on my list. I didn't accomplish this today. And I was always just focusing on what I didn't do. And I had this list, and frankly, it felt like shit, right? I mean, if this resonates with you, again, let me know because I think it does. I've talked to several of you in my audience. But for me, I found that I kept every day. I was at the end of the day, and I looked at my list, and even when I only had like 3 things on it, because I do try to be intentional about my list, I wasn't getting things done. And then I was feeling like crap about myself, and I was wondering, okay, what am I doing wrong? Why aren't I getting the results? So why, how, right? Looking at all of the pieces and trying to figure out like what was really happening. And the thing that I realized was I wasn't doing anything necessarily differently. I was focusing my energy in the wrong place. And this is a big part of it. So for me, again, I'm going to use myself as an example here, maybe some client stories as well, but I want you to just tell me, A, if any of this is resonating with you as I'm saying it. If you have questions that are coming up around this topic too, feel free to drop those in, or things that are coming up from you that you want me to address, feel free to share those. But ultimately, so you feel like you're in this place of just doing more and more and more, and your list is just never ending, and your results aren't reflecting it. And it isn't because you are doing the wrong things necessarily, maybe, but again, it's that where you're spending your time, your energy, your attention isn't aligned with what you actually want. So if I asked you this question, and I want a real honest answer here, and again, if you're watching the replay, please feel free to share that as well. And again, I know that we have people on multiple platforms this week again coming in, so you may not see all of the comments that other people are putting in, but don't be shy. Again, it's safe space. Go ahead and share. So with the things that you are doing, I want you to be very, very, very honest with me right now. How many of those things on that list every single day that you tell yourself you have to do, how many of them are going to get you a client? Let's say today, tomorrow, in the next 3 days. How many of them are going to have that impact? How many have the potential to very quickly get you the client, get you the money, make you feel fucking successful? How many of those things right now that you are doing on that list that you aren't finishing are contributing to that feeling that you want, to that result that you want? Okay? So share in the comments, because the thing is there's a decent chance that while you're doing all the things that you're being told you should do, and that this person is doing or that person is doing and they're getting results, you just keep filling your list with things. You keep resenting all of the things that you're doing, and you keep telling yourself, I need to do this, I need to do that. If I could just do X, I would get Y. If I would just do this, I would do that. But in reality, like, how many of those things are genuinely actually moving the needle forward in your business? Okay, and I don't know who this is, so I'm going to just take a look. I don't know where everybody's watching. So someone said 1 or 2. I always like to know who it is. So feel free to say who it is, because I can't see with the software that I'm using. I can't necessarily see the names. 1 or 2. Okay, Emily said 1 or 2, right? Of those things on her list are actually moving the needle forward. So my question, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, Emily, if you want. You don't have to respond if you don't want to, but utilize this time. It's Emily, yes, the 1 or 2. So why are you doing the other? How many things are actually on the list that you're not finishing? And why are you doing them? Why are you doing them right now? If they are not actually moving the needle, why are you doing them? Okay. So when it comes to, doing less, right? And going back to the goal of this conversation, right, is how doing less will get you more. the thing is when you fill your calendar, you fill your to-do list, fill yourself with things that you should do, that you feel like you need to do, that someone else is doing, or that someone told you have to do. It just gets more and more full. And then you don't do the things. Your list becomes longer and longer. You feel more and more like crap because you're not finishing the things on your list. So you're spending time, a lot of times, reflecting on the judgment and guilt that you haven't done all of the things, wondering why you haven't gotten them done, telling yourself that you need to hire someone, telling yourself that it's too much. You're spending your time doing that. You're spending the time on the things that aren't moving the needle forward, when in reality, there really is only a couple things that you need to actually be focused on to move your business forward. And I think this is probably Emily. Yes, this is Emily as well. Said, I'm actually working on this today because I'm taking off the things that aren't helping me. I don't know why I was doing them. And I don't want you to shame yourself, okay? Like Emily and anyone else, don't shame yourself because you're doing the things. Because the thing is somewhere along the way, you believed that these extra things that you were doing were the thing that were going to help you, or that you needed to do. And then somewhere along that way too, you get stuck in that, and then you start to, and this is, different cases for everybody, of course, but you might, start to feel crappy because you're not accomplishing the thing that the other person that told you to do these things is doing. You start to judge yourself. You start to do all these other things, and you get distracted from what really matters. And what really actually matters is, okay, how can you show up today? How many relationships are you building? Like the questions that you should ask yourself on a daily basis. How many relationships have you built today? Can you build more? What can you do to be there for your clients, to be there for your audience? And are you talking about your offers? This is a big one. This is a big one for a lot of you. Are you talking about your offers over and over and over? Like, these are the things you have to do. You don't need, and I'm going to swear a little bit here because that's just who I am, right? But you don't need the damn sales funnel. Like, sales funnels are different. Like, your Facebook group is a funnel. You can use that, but you don't need a fancy sales page. You don't need to have Canva graphics. You don't need to go to 18 billion networking events. And don't get me wrong, I like networking too. But how are you filling your time right now? How are you actually spending your time right now? And if it is not moving your business forward, then get rid of it. But you've been led to believe, and a lot of us have, and I have, that certain things are necessary because we get sucked into the FOMO. Like, I need to do this because this person's doing it. They're getting the results. I should do this because this sounds like a good idea. But the more and more you add that stuff to your list, the less and less you're actually getting accomplished. The further and further you get away from the things that you actually want to accomplish, which is generally more clients, more income, more success, right? Again, you said, I'm not talking about them enough, and that is changing now. Okay, so I believe this is Emily. I'm not looking, but if you are watching this, go ahead. I want you to share your offer in the comments right now, wherever you're watching this. If you're on the replay, do it. Okay, I want you to share your offers right now, because these are the things that are going to move your business forward. So I just gave you permission to share about your offer. There's no reason why you shouldn't do this. I don't want you to overthink it and come back to it. I want you to just tell us what your freaking offer is and why it is amazing. Okay. And yes, it's Emily. So Emily, tell me, what is your offer? Why is it amazing? And why should people jump in right now? Because these are the things that you can do. So when it comes to doing less in your business, and I'm not necessarily talking about less time, because I'll be honest, I love my business. And sometimes it is less time, or it's just the freedom of time. I love my business. I love working. But I was also finding like I was staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning working on stuff because I needed to get it done. I don't need to do that. If I want to stay up till 2 in the morning, I want to do it because I want to, because I love what I'm doing. So when I'm talking about, working less and doing less, it's doing less of the crap that is bogging you down, that isn't getting results, that's making you ultimately like stay in this cycle of really feeling a little crappy about where you're at. because you might like start doing really well, and then you start looking at other people and what they're doing, and oh, I'm not doing that, I should be doing that, oh my God, I should be doing that too. And then you start this whole cycle again. Well, I'm going to add that to my list, I'm going to do that. No. Why are you adding it to your list? Is it going to move you forward? Are you talking about your offers? Are you talking to your people, building relationships? Those are the things that really, really matter. Stop focusing on the things that don't matter in your business. And if you want help figuring out what those things are, if you're a member of the Strategy and Support Society like Emily is, then bring that, okay? If you're listening to this and you're a member of that, bring that into the group. Go ahead and post it, and I or one of the other experts will respond according to where it is. Hey, Sarah. And if you are not already a member of the Strategy and Support Society, go ahead and send me a message if you want with the 3 things that you know are going to move your business forward, as well as the 3 things that are stopping you from making that happen right now. And just share it, because we can have a conversation. What I hate seeing, and this is happening to a lot of us in the online space, it's happened to me as well, and it is that you are making yourself wrong, that you are judging yourself for not doing enough. So you're filling your time doing other things instead of just doing what matters, just putting yourself out there, just being confident in what you do, just showing up. And it happens to everybody, but it's time. Like Emily said, that's changing now. Start talking about your offers, start talking to your people. That's all that matters. You don't need to finish the sales page. You don't need to finish, you don't need to build out a automation for your email list of 37 people. You don't need to do the things that are holding you back. Okay, get really clear on the actions that are going to move your business forward and spend your time on those. And right now, okay, and full permission here, Emily just shared that she has a high-touch one-on-one coaching program for virtual assistants who want to make a full-time income and live a life of freedom. Over 12 weeks together, she'll help support you, guide you, and help you sign clients in a way that you feel good about and that makes consistent income moving forward. Message Emily for details, okay? So you share your membership, or you share your offers, people talk about them, people share. I know that Emily is amazing, and I will vouch for her 1,000 times over. But if she doesn't talk about it, I don't have anything to share, right? So all of you, if you're watching this live or in the replay, tell us what your offer is, why it's awesome, why people need to join, and more people are going to hear about it. Show up, do the things that matter. Stop spending your time looking at your to-do list. Stop coming up with reasons why you can't talk about your offer. Stop coming up with things that are going to stop your progress, and hone in on those few things that you need to do. And I listed a couple, and your business might be different, right? But get really clear on those things. Feel free to send them to me again if you want to, and we can look at them together. But share your offers. And Sarah said she was talking about her upcoming holistic membership for people and animal health. I would encourage you, Sarah, to go ahead and expand on this, right? And share your offer here, because you never know when someone's looking at those comments. And I'm giving you guys full permission. These are the types of opportunities that you take advantage of. Build relationships, talk about your offer, put yourself out there. That's what matters. That's where you should be spending your time. If you're spending your time on things that right now are not going to move the needle forward in the next few days, chances are you may not need it. And eventually, sure, you might, but you need to prioritize the other things first. So have any questions, let me know, but share your offers, okay? And send me the things that are stopping you, and we'll talk. Okay, talk to y'all soon.